Remember, ahead of that crucial meeting in Tashkent between Prime Minister Modi as well as President of China, Prime Minister Modi has left for Tashkent to attend the SCO summit. Modi will be meeting the Chinese President later today. Got Gaurav Sawant joining us with all the latest. Gaurav, amid so much tension, speculation, diplomacy, finally Prime Minister Modi has left for Tashkent. What really is going to be on his agenda?
So, while the main SCO meeting is extremely crucial, especially with India, last year being the first SCO where India and Pakistan were observers, that's the main part of the meeting at Tashkent in Uzbekistan. But all eyes will be on the meetings with the Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting, because that is where India will make that last mile effort to convince China to come on board India's bid to be a part of the nuclear suppliers group. Now, Sanket, it is in the world's interest as much as India's interest that India be on the NSG. But will China want to stall that? It cannot stop it completely, but it will want to stall that. It has tried to stall that all along, especially by either putting forward the Pakistan bogey, that it should not be India specific, it should be India and Pakistan non-NPT signatory countries, or China saying, China wanting to stall it because India's really, the US, Russia, Britain, France, other countries wanting India to play a bigger role, China not be the only superpower in Asia or the only other emerging superpower. So China wanting to stall India's rise. So all of that will weigh on the minds of the Indian Prime Minister and the Chinese President when they meet. It's all now on the Prime Minister's persuasive powers.
Absolutely, Gaurav. One question I've been meaning to ask you at this moment is that if China decides that no, it will not support India's NSG bid, then in that case, does China hold a veto power over this decision?
So, the Nuclear Suppliers Group is a body where all 48 members have to be on board for any decision to be taken. So, China, if it vetoes, so to say, it can stall it. Then efforts will be made to bring China on board subsequently. Because a lot of this, whatever China does, the future of India-China relations to an extent will also depend on this. Will China want to be the only power in the world that opposes India? That will make China extremely unpopular in India. Would China want that, given the fact that both India and China have invested quite a bit in the relationship between the two countries? So China would want some other countries to veto India and or not support India's candidature in the current form, and then postpone it, let it go into deliberations. So there are many permutations and combinations that will be worked out. But should India's deft diplomacy work the way India wants it to work, with US working the phone lines, Britain and Russia working the phone lines, getting other members on board, if China is the only country opposing India, then perhaps China will come on board immediately, or it may try to stall it.
Absolutely. Right now, China knows that it has about 4 or 5 countries that are, have opposed India's bid for the NSG, and that gives it some sort of confidence. In India, as Gaurav was telling us, is trying to work on these members also, whether it is Austria or South Africa or Turkey for that matter.